The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back on our cinema screens. For the sixth time.
And how old are these guys now? Are they still teenagers? Surely they're middle-aged turtles by now.
Did the filmmakers learn their lesson following 2014's poorly received Ninja Turtles reboot?
Or is this just another shameless attempt to cash in on our beloved childhood franchise?
It's a little bit of both. There's definitely a lot more energy this time around, and the film is more turtle-centric, but in terms of quality, it's probably on the same level as Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, in that it improves on the original movie, but lacks the creative flair to elevate it beyond dumb, family-friendly pantomime. And maybe it's my sentimental side, but I do think the original movie Muppets had more charisma than their steroid-guzzling CGI counterparts ever will.
Out of the Shadows definitely goes all out in terms of action. It's fucking insane, but not in a good way. As you'd expect, the film deals with the usual themes of alienation versus acceptance, good versus evil, but it's all very by the numbers. Most of the acting is extremely wooden, and Megan Fox is the worst offender, with Donatello a close second. Newcomer Stephen Amell gets some particularly clunky dialogue, though he must be used to that as part of Arrow's team. But on the whole, he's a welcome addition to the franchise, even if he did forget to grow his hair out.
Casey Jones' short hair aside, all the elements are in place to make this a fully fledged Ninja Turtles extravaganza. They really have serviced the fans with a bunch of Easter eggs and nods to the original material, though it doesn't really amount to much. Vanilla Ice crops up again, though thankfully not in person. We get Krang, the Technodrome, as well as fan favourites Bebop and Rocksteady, as opposed to their cheap 90s knockoffs.
In many ways, it's exactly the kind of Turtles movie we wanted back in the day. When the Doopie Bros were just Doopie Boys, there was a huge public outcry against the violence in the Ninja Turtles, to the point that when Secrets of the Ooze came out, Michelangelo was relegated to using sausages instead of nunchucks, and the rest of the Turtles barely got to use their weapons at all. In this new movie, they not only get to use their weapons, they also get a live-action turtle wagon with pneumatic nunchucks built in. Kids don't know how good they've got it these days.
While the concept of rebooting an iconic 80s franchise is a smart, if sneaky one, being as they pull in the original fans as well as newcomers, I just wish they'd spend more time making better movies. If Pixar can cater for both adults and kids, then surely the Ninja Turtles can too. I mean, it's not like we've outgrown the concept of humanoid turtles running around New York kicking ass. Hell, it still sounds like the best thing ever, so surely there's a way of making this a more engaging experience. And the future certainly looks bleak for reboots if the likes of BFG, Ghostbusters, and Pete's Dragon fail to resonate with audiences. And you know what? Hopefully they don't, because I'm sick of having my childhood plundered. Out of the Shadows hasn't fared too well at the box office so far. The truth is, reboots will always suffer from audience scrutiny because it's so difficult to balance out everyone's expectations.
Originally created by Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, the 1984 debut of the Turtles was much more adult-orientated. If you haven't read these comics, now's the time. The 1990 film went some way to adapting its printed counterpart, but as time went on, the Heroes in a Half Shell became more and more kid-friendly. Just like Batman, for instance, there were several takes on the tone of this particular world, and you can't do them all justice at once. The gritty nature of the reboot didn't work so well, and they changed things up. Although some of these changes worked, it still didn't hold up as a film that entertained kids and adults alike. Although I'm an adult and quite enjoyed it, so...
Maybe we're just kidding ourselves. So what did you think about the new Ninja Turtles movie? And what characters are you looking forward to in the inevitable sequel? Let us know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.